Every day, there's a wrestle and a war and a fight happening more and more right in front of our eyes. And this wrestle, it's between culture and faith. And I don't even think we realize it at times, at least for myself. There are times that I'm like, oh, I'm actually in a tug of war with what's happening culturally. And it's understandable. It just happens because what I believe is culture is, it's like walking through a perfume store. You don't spray anything on you, but when you come out, you still smell like that perfume. And culture is that same way. We're walking, we're talking, we're thinking, we're around others, and culture is happening all around us. And we are looking like culture, smelling like culture, sounding like culture. But it's like, how do we work through that, especially as Christians? That's what I want to talk about a little bit today. My first point is repetition becomes persuasion with culture. And how that happens is we start seeing things around us over and over and over again. And then boom, before you know it, here we are doing it. Because what? Culture happens in repetition, and it begins to persuade us little by little by little. And before you know it, again, we're doing it. My next point is culture doesn't cause compromise overnight. It causes, it's a drifting effect. We drift into doing what others are doing. And that's why we have to be aware, because before you know it, we're repeating something we heard on a commercial. We're repeating something that we heard on the news. We're regurgitating something that we've heard over 1,000 times in the media and all around us, in our friends and our family, because culture has that effect. The last point I want to make is culture rewards conformity. If we do things like others, then we get this praise from those around us. Because what culture wants to do is pressure us into conviction and make us conform to what's happening all around us, so that there's no pushback, there's no rebellion against what makes some people comfortable. But what if I told you that the Bible calls for us as believers to do the opposite? There's a prescription for you and I, because it's inevitable. We're going to be walking and breathing and listening and doing some of the same things that's happening in our world. So how is it that we're able to do the how do I want to say this? Rinse ourselves of some of the habits, some of the thinking, some of the expressions, and even traditions of our culture. How are we able to do that? Well, the prescription that the Bible gives us is Romans 12:2, where it tells us to not be conformed. It's like, don't take on the pattern of society. Well, it's inevitable. It's like walking through the perfume store. We're going to smell like it. But here's where the prescription comes in. First, it tells us, hey, don't conform to culture. And it's not saying that we can't enjoy life and that everything is wrong in culture, but it's saying don't conform to the sinful things about culture, right? And then the prescription is, but be transformed by the renewing of our mind. And that word transform means it's a metamorphosis, to be changed, to be made fresh, to be made new. And we do this through fellowship with the body of believers when we're hearing the gospel encourage us. We do this through reading our Bible in alone time with God and meditating on the scriptures. We do this through prayer. And we do this by, even when we're praying and we're closing out our prayer and saying, like Jesus said, nevertheless, Father, not my will, but your will be done. It's this type of transformation that is prescribed to us, so that we don't conform to society, so that the repetition of culture, so that the drifting that happens with culture and the rewarding of conformity that comes with culture, we do these things of being transformed with our mind and our spiritual discipline, so that we can look like Christ rather than like culture. I hope I've shared something that spoke to you. You know, this channel is all about hope. So if and when you find yourself looking like the world, talking like the world, doing like the world. Don't beat yourself up. Don't condemn yourself. Come running back to Jesus. Allow the hope and the life of Jesus to make you anew and to transform you. Always remember, there's hope.